Bol is not shy about letting it rip.
And now he's playing point guard.
Yep. Oh, look at that.
Three times the player that his dad couldn't shoot like that.
Oh, get out. Get out.
9'7" wingspan.
Here's a great example.
Let me tell you about a scary team in the Western Conference that we always like to mention, but for some reason we don't give them the respect that they deserve. Because after the Denver Nuggets made quick work of the Los Angeles Clippers coming back from a 3-1 series lead, instead of praising the Denver Nuggets, we opted to scold the Los Angeles Clippers. It seemed like a series that they were supposed to win, and instead of giving the Nuggets props, we just started disrespecting the Clippers more. And bear in mind, I am no exception. But what if I told you that the Denver Nuggets could be the scariest team in the Western Conference this year, over the Los Angeles Clippers, over the Phoenix Suns, and even over the Los Angeles Lakers? What's going on, guys? Your boy Mike here, and this is our third video of the day. I don't know if you could tell based off of my voice, but hey, I'm not gonna complain. I probably have to pump out 2 more of these for you guys because there's so much NBA news coming out today. So all I'm gonna ask you is really quick, do your boy a favor and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe, and turn on our notifications because we are on the grind to 500,000 subscribers. We also do NBA 2K21 PlayStation 5 career simulations. I did one from the 1949 season in the NBA. I can't believe we were able to do that in a video game. It's really cool, man. I'm going to leave a link to that in the end screen as well. Now that we got all that out of the way, cue the intro. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Guys, if you remember, right before the official NBA restart this season, we got a glimpse into the potential of Manute Bol's son, Bol Bol. During an NBA preseason, technically it was a preseason game to the NBA restart, Bol Bol showed us what he was capable of doing, and Bol Bol gave us a glimpse into his future. Now, of course, this was the first we got the opportunity to see Bol Bol in a Nuggets uniform, and the Denver Nuggets didn't opt to utilize him as much during the NBA playoffs because, well, that's not necessarily the greatest environment to unleash Bol Bol. So as a result, his statistics don't look anything special because he only played 12 minutes per game for 7 games, averaging 5.7 points per game and about like 3 rebounds per game. But he shot 1 3-pointer per game and averaged 44% from 3. Now, we can't put any stock into these statistics at all, but prior to this, he was injured. Now, let me tell you what's terrifying about this, because the first thing you gotta pay attention to is the Denver Nuggets have this extensive history of just doing a phenomenal job drafting great talent in the latter parts of the NBA draft. Now, this is off the top of my head, but they drafted Jusuf Nurkic and Nikola Jokic in the same draft. Bear in mind, Nurkic was the first-round draft pick, Jokic was found in the 2nd round. They traded Nurkic to the Portland Trail Blazers. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say that Nurkic was technically not drafted by the Nuggets. He was a draft day trade, but you guys get what I'm saying. We could go even further back. The Nuggets have always had a knack of scooping up really good talent in the NBA draft. In 2011, they drafted Kenneth Faried. In 2012, they drafted Evan Fournier. And in that same 2012 draft class, they made a move that's very similar to the draft pick of Michael Porter Jr. when they drafted Quincy Miller in the 2nd round, a player who was the number 2 high school prospect right behind Anthony Davis in the 2010 high school class. Unfortunately, his athleticism was sapped from him because he tore his ACL, but nevertheless, the Nuggets took a chance on him. The next year, they drafted Rudy Gobert and traded him to Utah. In 2014, we already mentioned they drafted Nikola Jokic and traded for Jusuf Nurkic. Then in 2015, another high upside high school player Emmanuel Mudiay, whose draft stock took a little bit of a tumble because he opted to go to China and he didn't have that much playing time in China. In 2016, they drafted Jamal Murray, Malik Beasley, which you know what he's famous for. Come on, you guys. In 2017, they had the opportunity to draft Donovan Mitchell, but they drafted him and traded him to the Utah Jazz. And then we get to 2018 when they drafted Michael Porter Jr., and in 2019, they traded for Bol Bol, who was originally drafted by the Miami Heat and then traded to the Denver Nuggets. And thank goodness the Miami Heat didn't get their hands on him, because I don't even want to know what Bol Bol would have developed into under the Miami Heat regime. And this year, the Denver Nuggets somehow, some way, with the same formula, acquired RJ Hampton. Now that you are aware of the powerhouse that is the Denver Nuggets and what they are becoming, I want you to pay attention to the player Bol Bol, because Bol looks a little different here, doesn't he? He doesn't look like the same scrawny player that you saw in the last preseason. Take a look at this footage I'm showing you. The dude has put on some muscle. Now, the number one question that was surrounding Bol Bol and his potential is, will he be able to fill out that lengthy frame? Will he be more Kevin Durant, or is he going to put on 50 pounds of muscle and turn into Giannis Antetokounmpo? Now, it's really unfair to compare any player to Giannis Antetokounmpo, but the reason I'm comparing Bol Bol to Giannis Antetokounmpo is because they're a very similar type of player from the moment they were drafted. Giannis was drafted by the Milwaukee Bucks in 2013, and at the time he was drafted, it was well known that he was going to be a project. And well, Bol Bol in this situation, once again, is in a similar position. He's very raw, but has incredible talent, but he's also going to be a bit of a project. The one thing I think Bol has over Giannis when he was coming out of the draft is the fact that Bol, one, has a phenomenal supporting cast and clearly a great front office and coaching staff, but on top of that, it looks like he has a little bit more of a polished jump shot. Not to mention that this is a player that is 7'2" tall, which is a couple of more inches on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, if that doesn't terrify you on the Western Conference, let me tell you what will terrify you on the Western Conference. The Denver Nuggets could potentially put out a lineup of Nikola Jokic, Michael Porter Jr., and Bol Bol. All of these players are at least 6'11" tall, or if you really want to be a stickler, I guess Michael Porter Jr. 6'10" tall. All have the ability to score, all have the ability to rebound, and Nikola Jokic is more of a point guard that's trapped into a center's body. And I'm a Laker fan, and I even admit that absolutely terrifies me. So I just wanted to make you guys aware of what the Denver Nuggets are on the cusp of becoming. And personally, although I'm a Laker fan, I will always root for the smaller market teams to ascend to the top, and I'm really loving what they're doing over there. Let me know in the comment section down below, where do you think the Denver Nuggets are going to finish this year? I think they could easily finish as the number 1 or number 2 seed in the West. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I think at least top 3, but I could see them becoming the best team in the West overall. Because look at this roster, man. They have Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, Paul Millsap, Bol Bol, RJ Hampton, Gary Harris, JaMychal Green, and Monte Morris, and Will Barton. If that's not enough to ascend to the top of the West, I don't know what is. Let me know what you guys think about the Nuggets in the comment section down below. Aside from that, I'm your boy, TheFlightMike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.